KRNT to KEAT, procedure, departure from K-Rent, the Renton 3, TAGOR, and on the V120. We're going to go take a look around our home village. You know Renton Airport very well, so do I. And I got it set on a nice day. You know, it's a nice day so that we're not going to have terrible weather or big rotors over the mountains, stuff like that.
Right.
This is our Cirrus, so let me go ahead and get her booted up here.
You can fly a VOR approach using RNAV, but if it doesn't say VOR or RNAV GPS on the chart heading, then you have to back up the RNAV with the actual VOR signal. What I did to fly this approach was to use just the VOR with no RNAV at all. I think that's a better way for this lesson.
All right, we can do that. That's not a problem at all.
RNAV is pretty easy.
Oh yeah.
Clear prop.
So this helps you to kind of understand, how to use the VOR and the thinking and DME arc.
Yeah, that makes good sense.
Most of the time, as I mentioned to you in our previous conversation, ATC just assumes that you want their service and you just want to get in there without a whole lot of messing around.
Yeah.
But if you tell them that for proficiency or for training, you want to fly the full approach.
Well, let's do that. Let's see. So I've got COM 1 set up to be Renton Ground and Renton Tower. I'm going to go ahead and switch COM 2 over and see if we can get our clearance delivery. And
this Seattle approach is a computer thing, right? It's not really Seattle approach.
It's not really Seattle approach, but it's human beings who I pay money to pretend they're controllers.
Really?
Yeah.
Where the hell are they housed?
That's a great question. I don't know. Seattle approach, good evening. Cirrus 6378 Mike on the ground at Renton. We'd like to pick up IFR clearance to Wenatchee.
Cirrus 6378 Mike, Seattle departure. Cleared to the Pangmore Municipal Airport, Renton 3 to departure. Expect radar vector is TAGOR, then as filed. Maintain 3000, expect 13,000 within 10 minutes. Seattle departure 120.4, squawk 3563. Hold for release.
Here we go.
November 6378 Mike, Seattle departure, release for departure, now clearance void, if not.
Is he talking to you?
335, yep. Zulu time now 23:28.5. If not by 35 after, call back by 23:40 with your intentions. Exchange group.
Okay, we're good to go. Our void time looks like 6.5 minutes. So let's get off the ground. Let's get out of here. We'll tell Tower what we're doing. Renton Tower, Cirrus 6378 Mike, taking off runway 16 south departure. Renton. All right, let's go. There you go. There you go. That's a nice looking plane. I don't know why there's nobody in it. All right, here we go.
And the 205 altitude, NorCal departure, radar contact.
Roger, thanks. 205 kilo.
This thing's got a little bit higher takeoff speed than your Cessnas.
I'm sure it does. It's moving pretty good.
It's good. All right, we're up. Once we get on course here and get above about 700 feet AGL, I'll use the autopilot.
Okay. Yeah, I'd recommend it.
Takeoff 150, yeah, excuse me.
Until 1,000.
Oh, no. Then climbing left turn, heading 130. I'm doing that.
All right.
Retchie 378 Mike, Seattle departure, radar contact 5 miles east of the Seattle VOR, altimeter 2907.
All right.
Climb and maintain 5,000.
2907, climb and maintain 5,000.
Is there any way you can bring me closer to the PFD and the nav display?
You got it. IAS.
478 Mike, turn left heading at 040.
Turn left heading 04078 Mike.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, that's more like the real world, honestly. That's why when I flew the commuter in Alaska, we very seldom went IFR because they fucked with me.
Yeah, we'll take a visual.
470 Mike, climb and maintain 13,000.
Climb, maintain 13,000 feet, 78 Mike. Okay, here we go. Anyway, I'm climbing in FLC mode at VY, which is 100 knots.
Up to 2,000.
All right, so we're on our heading at 040. That's our radar vector. We're climbing for 13,000 as instructed.
Proceed direct TAGOR.
Proceed direct TAGOR, 78 Mike. Right turn for TAGOR.
Okay, so he's assuming that you have RNAV. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to go direct to TAGOR.
That's true. And that's probably because I filed it as a slash G aircraft, so he knows what kind of nav equipment I have on board.
That's fine. We'll go direct to TAGOR then, and after that, you can use the VOR.
Okay, autopilot's engaged in FLC mode. Now let me get you a better view here. Hey, how's that?
Yeah, that's all right. What are you using to go direct to TAGOR?
So I'm looking at my MFD, and you can see, I'm just going to zoom in right here, and you can see I got my little plane pointed at TAGOR. I'm also using it to intersect the magenta line that goes to TAGOR, and I'm lining that up with the fact that the VOR line, the VOR course deviation indicator, is actually getting centered. So all these things are telling me,
off course now. Where are you headed?
all these things are telling me that I'm headed direct to TAGOR.
I lost track.
Okay.
Oh hell, what did I just do?
What'd you do?
Clicked the CDI and messed up the course. 2 seconds. Yep. That's
why we're doing.
That's a fun one.
That's why we're doing this.
Yep. We bought the 72 072.
Right. That's what you want to be on. 072.
Autopilot. Let's go back again.
Walker 390, turn
Nav,
left,
VOR, AP, FLC, 13,000. Okay, autopilot re-engaged. Now let me actually do my thing. 126.6. Seattle Center, so Cirrus 6378, Mike, 9,600 feet, climbing 13,000 feet.
6378, Mike, Seattle Center, the Wenatchee, altimeter 2908. Advise when you have the weather, and I'll take an approach request if you have one.
We'll advise when we have weather Wenatchee. We'd like the VOR DME Bravo approach into Wenatchee. I need to put the mixture, lean it
I
out.
assume that you're looking for the approach.
Yeah, this airplane's not a real performer.
Hang on, well, yeah, we like the initial approach fix at Connor, and for training, we'd like to fly the whole approach, please. There we go.
What changed?
I'm leaning the mixture out is what.
Oh.
We're above 10,000 feet. This thing was running super rich. So let's go ahead and lean. We're watching EGT coming up.
Yeah, take care of business.
And there's the drop off at south of Peak.
And so you go rich at Peak a little bit?
I go rich at Peak. I've heard Cirrus owners like to play on the lean side of Peak, but I'm not playing that game today.
Yeah, you can sort of read about what the experts say about that, but I've always thought that you're better to go a little bit of rich side of Peak.
I would too, especially when we're flying over the mountains and I don't want to mess around with my engine. I'm going to go ahead and switch to fullest tank here. Boost on. Right tank. Boost off. Switch tanks.
That extra fuel helps for engine cooling.
Seattle Center 63, Cirrus 6378, Mike's got the weather at Wenatchee.
Number 6378, Mike, roger. Expect the VOR Bravo approach out of Sitka. That'll feed you to the IAS.
6378, Mike, expect the VOR Bravo approach out of Sitka. I'm going to take a look at my plates for that.
Yeah, that's fine. That gives just a couple fixes before Connor.
I'm going to set my heading bug. Boop, like that. I'm going to set us to heading mode on the AP so nothing gets messed up.
That's a good idea.
I'm going to quickly dial in Wenatchee and see if we have a signal. It says EAT, EAT shows, so we're good. PFD options, DME, and bearing 1. Nah, I don't care about bearing 1, but I do care about the DME. There it is right there.
There you go.
47.7.
The bearing 1 would be what you would use if you were flying the RNAV overlay.
We are not yet at the cutover point as illustrated on the chart, so if we were navigating by VOR, we really ought to stay on the Seattle VOR and not stray from that.
Yeah, that's correct, but just knowing that is fine. You can stay where you're at.
Billings Airport,
so
minor departure.
Switch to nav again.
Transition.
So now we can't really. He could probably, he knows the altitudes better than we do, based on these charts. But it appears that you
Billings
can't
VOR,
really
that's
start
correct.
descending until you turn on to the
Maintain
arc.
16,000.
You could actually descend to 12,000, which is the MEA.
Or 6378 Mike at Fitka, cleared the VOR Bravo approach.
At Fitka, cleared the VOR Bravo approach, 6378 Mike. I don't know if you can see it so well, but on the MFD, there's actually a top of descent point. I don't think I'm going to start descending until we cross Fitka, just to be safe, but...
Yeah, well, you could go down to the minimum obstruction clearance altitude for Victor 120, which was 11,400 feet.
Well...
So that would give you about 1,600 feet moving the right direction. If you wanted to do that, you'd have to, since you're not cleared for the approach until Fitka,
you'd have to ask.
You'd have to ask the controller, and it's up to you whether you want to do that or not. It's your call.
And how far is that? The DME looks like 9 miles.
I would give it a try. One of the value things about doing this is you can find out if it works.
That's true.
Go, yeah. I gave it a shot, and I found out that didn't work, and I got to come up with another plan. The other thing you want to be, sort of cognizant of is your passengers. You might be able to descend at 1,500 feet a minute, but they may not like that at all.
That's true.
On their ears.
No.
Now, why is that CDI off? Did you just switch over to Wenatchee?
I did. I switched to Wenatchee, and I'm going to go ahead and set my course to the radial 257. That's going to be our reference.
Right. So why is it pointing behind us?
111 EAT, course 257.
Right.
Well, that's because it's a from signal. If we were going to it, we would actually be the reciprocal of that, which is 777.
Walker 2489, radar contact.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Let's go. VS minus 1,500 feet, and let's bring that throttle back.
Now you've set. It looks to me like you set 9,100 in there.
That's correct.
But you got to make sure that you're not below 10,700 before you cross Winton.
Oh, that's a good point. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
Now let's set it to 10,700 so that we're very careful about it.
That's what I would do.
I'm skipping steps. Let's not do that.
Well, there's a lot of times where it doesn't matter, but good habits will protect you when it does. What's the distance from Wenatchee now? It's fuzzy on my
19.3, and we're at Winham, so let's continue on down.
At this speed, I would probably turn 90 degrees to the left to intercept the arc about 1 mile early, maybe 1.2. So at 16.2 or 16, I would make a left turn of 90 degrees.
16.2. Left turn, 90 degrees. Yep,
yes,
I got it.
Now, I think we've flown DME arcs before. It's not really a big deal. It's not an exact science, just, if you're a little bit outside, you turn a little bit towards the inside. And then, and if you hold that heading, as time goes on, it's an arc, so you'll slowly drift to the outside.
That makes good sense.
Now, as soon as you turn on the arc, then you'll reset your CDI to 104 for the inbound.
Understood.
You're the man.
So I got it set. I'm going to go ahead and switch to heading mode now. There's 16 nautical miles heading mode. That's left turn. And while it does, I'll reset the CDI for the inbound
104.
104. Why am I not seeing that on the chart anywhere? I need to...
It's right there where the arc meets the final approach.
Echo Bravo.
At least it's on mine. Let me go to a NOS chart.
And we're coming down to 6,500. That's our next BS mode, minus 15.
Well, on the NOS chart, it shows 104 in 2 different places.
No. Well, then I don't know why. Well, I'm just not looking in the right spot. Oh, I see it now. I'm sorry. It's a little bit overlapped by my flight aware, which is put blue lines over everything. Yep, I see it. 104. I got you.
I got you. Yeah.
We're coming down, and boy, that turn was bang on the arc. Really, really good. That was fantastic.
I can't read the DME. What's it showing now?
15 miles.
Okay. But when it gets to 15.1 or 15.2, turn right about 15 or 20 degrees.
You got it.
The main thing is that we're just talking about, you know, the steps, the setup, you know, watch out for this, do this, this is what works. Now, when you're on a 90-degree intercept now, so as the CDA starts to come in, I would make a turn it to like maybe a 30-degree intercept.
That makes sense to me.
Okay, so remember now, at this point, you want to be able to see the airport at about 5 miles out to have a stabilized approach, right? You're 1,500 feet above the airport.
That's true. Now, our DME shows 10.5 nautical miles, so let's look up and see what we do see. I mean, it's a very bright airport. We can see it. It's very obvious.
And I think it has a PAPI, doesn't it? I don't see that.
I see the rails.
Yeah, but oh, it does have a PAPI.
I see it. I do. Oh, hang on. ATC.
Cancellation or approach in the air on this frequency around the ground 122.2 change approved.
Cirrus 6378 Mike. Yeah, we'd like to cancel our IFR flight plan. Thank you.
Number 6378 Mike, IFR cancellation received time 0003 Zulu and 1.5.
All right, you back?
Squawk VFR frequency change to advisory approved.
Squawk VFR frequency change approved. Thank you. There you go.
Great. So remember, at a tower-controlled airport, they automatically cancel your IFR flight plan for you.
They do indeed.
But in any other situation, uncontrolled, it's up to you, and you cancel them now if you can, and if you can't, you may need to call them on the ground. Now it says in the notes, circling NA northeast of runway.
Right, so I'm going to call that a left downwind for runway 30 because that's the only direction that makes sense if I can't circle north of the airfield.
Yeah, well, and that's the way you'd prefer to do it anyway, isn't it?
Yep.
One of the things I've done is when you turn downwind, look out in the distance and look for something where you would probably turn base, right?
Yeah.
So maybe just on the other side of that river,
yeah,
is about the distance where maybe turning base makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, we're gonna do first notch of flaps 119. That's a little bit early. I should have waited till the numbers, but that's life.
Now, remember that if you were circling for this approach, look at that hill that's straight in front of you.
Oh yeah.
And the visibility could be pretty skosh here, right?
Yeah.
1.25 mile visibility is illegal.
That's true.
So you really gotta, think about, even if it's legal, do I really want to be doing this? That's the pilot stuff.
Wenatchee traffic, Cirrus 6378 Mike turning left base, runway 30 full stop Wenatchee.
So what kind of a final approach speed you looking at? About 70 or what?
I think it's 80 actually.
80? Okay. All right. Hot little number.
Yeah, it's these low wings. Oh, wow, I really overshot. I was way too close in.
Well, that's why we're doing this.
Yeah. Right? So we're just going to call that a base to final.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay.
Wenatchee traffic, Cirrus 6378 Mike turning final runway 30 full stop Wenatchee. The less said about that, the better.
Yeah, that's why we do it. You say, okay, I don't want to. He won't make that mistake again.
That's right. There'll be no going back. Cortez burned his ships.
All right.
All right, so we're low. We got 85. See, VREF is 70, so we can do VREF plus 10. Plus 5. Uh-huh.
All right. Very cool.
On the ground, Wenatchee.
Nicely done.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
So in a real airplane, this lesson would have cost you about $300 or more bucks. Not only that, but you'd have to fly back.
That's right.